Today, I'm going to show you how to open a coconut, get water and the coconut meat out. You notice there are 3 eyes. One of the eyes is softer. Some people call it the mouth. There's an eye and there's the eyebrow. And the mouth one is softer. This is a germination pore. It will supply the nutrient for the young plant. And you can use a fingernail to try to see which one is softer. See, those 2 are very hard. And this is softer. So you can punch a hole using a sharp object, and I'm going to give you a few options. Corkscrew, you can use that. And I'm going to show you use a chopstick, and of course a knife and other thing. I think it's not as clean. So I'm trying to show you use chopstick to open. It's pretty easy, you just punch through. See how easy? It's through. It really doesn't need any effort. See, now you can put a straw if you're sure the water is clean. If you're not sure, you can drain the water and then open the coconut. I'm going to drain the water.
How much is there supposed to be in one coconut?
A cup depends on when you choose it. You can shake. The fuller, the better. You don't want the stale, and that water is not good, and the meat could be moldy inside. So that's why I'm going to open it. See, this is small coconut can have a 1.5 cup of water out.
Yeah. Well, actually, those are more than 8-ounce cups. Those are about 12-ounce cups.
Next, I'm going to show you how to open this. So this is the germination hole on this side. There's an invisible line here. You're trying to knock here and crack it open. You use a hammer, or you can use a table knife like this. I find that hammer works better. See,
cool.
there's this line crack open. So now you feel it's hollow. So at this point, you can try to break it, because in order to take the meat out, eventually this has to break the smaller pieces. Okay, let me open this, show you before I break it. So normally I would try to break it when they are still connected. So this looks like really clean. So you actually can drink that water. In order to take the meat out, there are 3 different ways to do it. One is you break it small. How to break it small? You can do things like this. Cover with a towel. You just break it. Or you can put inside a plastic bag and break it so it doesn't splash everywhere. You can either use a hammer to break it, or some people just threw this on the floor and crush it. They want to have a fun crushing it. Today I'm going to show you 2 other ways. One is you use a heat. You put this in the oven, 400 degrees, 10 minutes. You heat it. This meat and the shell will separate easily. Or I'm going to show you use the stove. But you can't use stove right away. You need to put some water so it doesn't catch flame. I'm going to put this here. You have to be very careful, don't catch fire.
Well, you realize, of course, coconuts are full of oil.
Okay, I'm going to turn it off.
Not to mention it'll cake everything on the burner.
I think I would do this in the garage. So I used the hammer. I went to the garage so it doesn't damage the counter. Now this just comes right off. If it's harder, maybe put more heat, or I'm going to show you with knives. It's really not worth cutting your fingers, so you have to be careful. The shell is tough to cut, so when you cut it, cut the meat and cut this, and then try to wiggle like this. The key thing is cut small, will be easy. You cut. I'm going to put this in the freezer. After a while, I will show you the result. I just took it out from the freezer. It's frozen, so I'm trying to see whether this would work.
Was that any easier than when you did the other half out in the garage?
Well, I think the heat is still better. This frozen doesn't work well.
Okay, the oven's on right now. You could
It is on?
Yes, the oven is on right now.
This is in the oven. If you have a lot of coconut, it's better you put them in the oven. You can mass produce. So you take them out. See, this is easy. Just scrape like this. A little bit brown, I think it's okay. If you don't like it, you can use a vegetable peeler to scrape this off. So see, it's pretty easy to separate. Table knife is safer than a real knife. See, you can peel this easily after it's in the oven or on the stove.